Good day, everyone. My name is Charls Angelou Inieto, and we are going to discuss the vaccines. Vaccine is a substance used to stimulate immunity to a particular infectious disease or pathogen, typically prepared from an inactive or weakened form of causative agent or from its constituents or products. Vaccines also protects vulnerable people in our community, such as young children, the elderly, or those who are too sick to be immunized. Some vaccines offer lifelong immunity. Immunization greatly reduces the risk of catching a disease, which in turn reduces the risk of complications. The history of the vaccine. Vaccines are not new. Immunization techniques were pioneered over 200 years ago, when smallpox was featured and deadly disease. An 18th century doctor named R.Agr noted that the workers on farms who contracted the mild cowpox disease were immune to smallpox. Millions of people, many of them babies and young children, are immunized every year with no side effects. Vaccines are much safer than getting sick from a disease. Diseases that can be prevented by vaccines can cause lifelong complications or death, even normally in healthy people. In the April of 2016, Denvaxia had a high-profile launch in the Philippines as the country, having been involved in every phase of clinical development, became the first in the world to access the live recombinant tetravalent vaccine.
Ang tina-target natin sa pagbabakuna na ito ay ang proteksyon na may bibigay natin, yung pagbaba, the drastic reduction in severity, na kung dati-rati sa dengue ikaw ay nininervyos at baka mag-bleed ang pasyente, yan ngayon ang tina-target natin. Na kung saan
the Department of Health spent $67 million on Denvaxia and kicked off as a mass immunization program with the aim of vaccinating 1 million students by the end of the year.
Magandang programa yung binigay ng DOH na yan kasi talagang kahit papano maiiwasan ng hindi man 100% maiiwasan yung sakit na dengue.
But little did they know, these high hopes would eventually turn into nightmare. Sanofi, the French pharmaceutical Sanofi Pasteur, who manufactured this vaccine, also had high hopes for Denvaxia, the development of which had taken 20 years and cost around $1.8 billion. Officials predicted that the vaccine, which helps protect against all 4 serotypes of dengue, would drive down infection rates by 24% within the next 5 years. And Sanofi looked well positioned to reap the benefits of offering the first ever dengue vaccine to global markets. But in December 1, 2017, nearly 2 years since the campaign started, Sanofi announced that the Denvaxia may actually have caused more severe disease in those who have not had previous dengue infections. By then, over 800,000 Filipino school children had been inoculated.
Muli ay sinabi nilang hindi nila inirekomenda na bigyan ng Denvaxia ang mga hindi pa nagka-dengue.
Posible kasing maging mas malala ang dengue sa mga taong ito kung sakaling tamaan sila ng naturang sakit.
Criminal investigations against involved government figures ensued, with one critic likening the mass vaccination program to a genocide against Filipino children. The death of several children who had received the vaccine became a focal point of the scandal, as the Public Attorney's Office ran a highly publicized and dramatized investigation, from televised autopsies to the chief lawyer appearing alongside the grieving mothers in media interviews.
sa bata. Talagang tinanong nila kung alam ng magulang. Mayroon pa naman mga magulang yung mga estudyante na yan. Bakit nila turukan? Parang awan yun na.
The resulting crisis of the confidence against the public health sector sent immunization rates plummeting to an all-time low, precipitating a measles outbreak across the country, exacerbating already low immunization rates. In the Philippines, the Denvaxia controversy has contributed to overall vaccine hesitancy because of heightened concerns about vaccine safety. While concerns about vaccine safety are usually irrational, in the case of Denvaxia, there was a basis in evidence. Many parents of children who died blamed the vaccine. Most of the deaths were caused by internal bleeding in the heart, lungs, and the brain, which are symptoms of hemorrhagic dengue. Due to the fear resulting from this controversy, parents are now refusing to vaccinate their children even against vaccine-preventable diseases, giving rise to a phenomenon known as the vaccine hesitancy. It is necessary to educate the public regarding safety and success of all other available vaccine through mass education programs, awareness campaigns, and conferences to overcome fear and confusion. It must be emphasized that this particular crisis should not be linked with other vaccines, and that the medical sector should be trusted in the formation of newer dengue vaccines. And considering the scale and the scope of this issue, all government and non-government healthcare authorities must work together in efforts to regain parents' trust. World Health Organization, being a global organization, should play its part in supporting and sustaining public health by helping prevent a drop in vaccination rates and ensuring the acceptability of future vaccines.